take. Okay. Hi, what's up guys? This is Belle from 캠블리. 안녕하세요 여러분. 캠블리의 이승입니다. So, it's August. I'm sure it's really hot in Korea and I'm sure you guys are planning to go somewhere abroad, go on a vacation, maybe even come to the US. And with the new visa waiver program, the immigration process is much easier. Yay! But I don't know why, but whenever I go through these customs, I always get this nervous feeling thinking, oh my god, these people have the power to put me on a blacklist and I would never be able to come back to the US. Don't screw this up. Don't screw this up. Don't screw this up. And this is completely silly because I do have a legitimate reason to come to the US. But I do have to confess, I have been to that back office because I forgot to get a signature on my stupid I-20 long time ago. And trust me, yeah, you do not want to go there. A couple years ago when I was doing my visa applications, I had a little chat with my immigration lawyer and he gave me really good tips about what to say and what not to say at the borders. Honestly, I never really contemplated about how to answer at the borders, so whatever the tips that he gave me was mind-blowing. So this video is for those of you who share the same kind of fear and nervousness when you go through the customs at the US airports. And here's some tips on what to say and what not to say going through the immigration. Before I go deep into the details of each questions, there's one principle that I would like you to remember. As a wise man once said, know thy enemy. Although the customs officers are not really your enemy, it's good to know what they're looking for so that you can avoid giving them false alarm. So, what are they really looking for? They really want to make sure people are not coming through the borders with the intention to stay there illegally forever. Yep, that's what they're looking for. So, whether you're coming in as a student or tourist or for a business reason, you want to make sure you communicate that I am here for a very specific reason, and when I'm done with my trip, I intend to go back to my country. So with that in mind, let's take a look at some of the questions that they may ask. How long will you be staying? A regular ESTA will allow you to stay for 90 days maximum in the US, and you're technically allowed to stay here for a maximum of 90 days, but you do not want to push it. You won't have any problem getting out of the country, but when you want to come back next time, the customs officers might be asking you a lot of questions. So my advice, don't push it. Another good tip is it's good to have your returning ticket printed out and your itinerary printed out if you're traveling to different cities. Even if you don't have it printed out, just mention the different cities that you're planning to visit and just show them that you have a good plan and a returning date. Good answer. I'm staying in New York for 1 week and going to Boston for 2 weeks and then going back to Korea. Bad answer? I kind of have to figure that out. How much money are you bringing? So what the officer here is really looking for is, how are you going to pay for your stay? I mean, who cares how you're going to pay for it as long as you can afford it? That's probably why you're here. But I've heard horror stories about friends answering something like, oh, my boyfriend who's working here will be paying for my stay. She got dragged into the back office. I mean, come on, nothing wrong with that, but you probably don't want to cause a false alarm, right? Good answer. I'm bringing $500 in cash and the rest I'll pay with my credit card. Bad answer. My boyfriend will be paying for me. How often do you come to the US? Just be honest. It's all in the system, I think. But I think the officer is really looking to check if you're answering honestly. Good answer. This is my first time. I come here every year or something like that. Bad answer. I don't know. Why are you asking me? I think it's all in the system, right? Do you have your returning ticket? It's always safer to have an itinerary and the returning ticket printed on you. But if you don't have the printed copy, it's okay. You can show them your phone screen if you have it. In the worst case scenario, just remember the date that you're returning and make sure you're saying, I am returning on this day. What you don't want to tell them is that you haven't bought your returning ticket and giving them an impression that you might be staying there forever and ever and ever. Good answer. I'm leaving on December 20th. Bad answer. I haven't booked my ticket yet. There were some pretty obvious points, but hopefully that gave you how to answer these interview questions at the borders. I'm sure the rule of thumb here is to answer everything honestly, but if you answered something unintentionally in a misleading way, you might get stuck in the back office for hours and hours, and we do not want that, right? And also, if you're not really feeling comfortable about these questions, it's always good to do some practice with some people, do a role play, and you know where to get these practice on Cambly, right? So that's it for today. If you enjoyed the video or found it useful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you have any questions, please leave it in the comments. And I will be back with a next video with more useful information and tips. That's it for now. Till later. Bye.